All right, let's talk about the single most critical, yet somehow most overlooked part of any presentation, the ending. You know, we spend so much time on the opening and the middle, but the close, that's what people remember. We're going to ditch the fizzle and learn how to finish with a bang, making sure your message sticks around long after you've said your final word.
We have all been there, right? You've just poured your heart and soul into this amazing presentation. You've laid out all the facts, all the insights, and then crickets. You just kind of trail off. That horrible, awkward silence where you can practically hear people thinking, is it over? It's just a gut-wrenching feeling, and honestly, it can erase all the great work you just did.
And that really, really matters. There's this thing in psychology called the recency effect, which basically just means our brains give a ton of extra weight to the very last thing we hear. So a weak, shaky ending doesn't just feel weird. It leaves the final impression that your whole presentation was weak. All that hard work? Poof! Undermined in a few clumsy seconds. But here's the good news. A powerful closing isn't some magical gift that only a few people have. Nope, it's about structure. It's a skill you can learn. So we're going to break down a super simple 4-part framework you can use every single time to end your presentation with total confidence and real impact. Okay, this right here, this is our roadmap. It's so simple. First, you just give a clear signal that you're wrapping things up. Second, you hit them with a quick summary of your main points. Third, you give them a final takeaway, something to chew on. And last, you open it up for questions. That's it. Simple, clear, and believe me, it works.
So, now that we have the framework, let's get you the actual tools. We're going to load you up with the exact phrases you can use for each of these steps. Seriously, you can just grab these and adapt them for your very next presentation.
Step 1 is all about getting everyone's attention for that one final push. When you signal you're concluding, it's like a little bell goes off in everyone's head. You know, anyone who might have drifted off suddenly snaps back to focus because their brain knows the important summary is coming. It's a fantastic little psychological cue.
Now look at this phrase. It's so simple, but that's what makes it so powerful. It's direct, it's confident, and there's absolutely no confusion. You're not kind of shuffling your feet or apologizing. You are taking charge and professionally shifting into the most important part of your talk.
Okay, once you've got their full attention again, it's time to boil it all down. You've probably covered a lot of information, right? So now's your chance to remind them of the 2 or 3 things you absolutely, positively need them to remember. This is where you really reinforce the whole point of your presentation.
This is just a perfect little bridge into your summary. It tells the audience exactly what's about to happen. They know the highlights are coming, which makes it way easier for them to process, digest, and, you guessed it, remember the information. And you want to structure that summary. Using little signposts like first, second, and finally helps guide your audience through the recap. It just makes it easier for them to follow. And then you can really hit them with the important stuff, using phrases like, please remember, or don't forget, to make sure those key ideas stick. All right, after you've summarized the what, you've got to deliver the so what. This is your call to action. I mean, information is great, but if people don't know what to do with it, it's easily forgotten. What do you want your audience to think, or feel, or better yet, do after hearing you speak?
This phrase is a game changer. It's direct, it's active, and it turns your talk from just a report into a real catalyst for change. Whether you want them to buy a product, try a new strategy, or just think about an issue in a new way, this is where you give all that information a purpose.
Okay, theory is great, the phrases are great, but how does this all actually sound when you put it together? Let's walk through a quick case study for a really simple product, a staple-free stapler. We're going to see how a presenter can weave all these steps together into a really smooth, powerful close.
And here we go. You can see it right there. The presenter is kicking off step 2, summarize and remind. They're using that structured language I described, to quickly run through what they've covered. It's the perfect setup for what comes next.
And these points, these are the golden nuggets. This is the please remember part. By listing these specific benefits, the presenter is making sure that even if the audience forgets half the presentation, they're going to walk away knowing this stapler is simple, safe, and good for the environment.
And boom, there it is, the perfect transition from summary to recommendation. This is step 2 flowing beautifully into step 3. The presenter connects the benefits they just listed directly to a call to action. It's not just, here's some info, it's, because of this info, here's what you should do. That's a powerful close right there.
Now, after you've delivered that strong recommendation, there's one last critical piece to the puzzle, the Q&A. This isn't just something you tack on at the end.
It's your chance to really solidify your credibility, clear up any confusion, and connect with your audience one last time. This is how you open the floor like a pro. Using warm, inviting phrases like "I'd be glad to" or "I'd be happy to" makes a huge difference. It shows that you're not scared of questions. You actually welcome them. It helps you maintain that air of confidence and authority right up to the very end.
But what if you get stumped? It happens to the best of us. A weak response like, "I don't know," just sucks the energy out of the room. But a powerful response like, "That's a great question, let me check on that and get back to you," does the exact opposite. It shows you're honest, it keeps your credibility intact, and it promises that you'll follow through. You haven't failed, you've just created another chance to connect.
So here's the bottom line. The end of your presentation is not the time to run out of gas. It's a strategic opportunity. It is your last and maybe your best chance to hammer home your message, to inspire some action, and to leave your audience thinking, "Wow, that was great."
So there you have it. You've got the framework, you've got the phrases, you've seen an example, you have everything you need to make those weak, fizzling endings a thing of the past. The only question left is, how are you going to use this toolkit to make your next closing powerful, memorable, and truly impactful?